There's no time. I feel Mr. King David stole my slide. And I feel doctor now came to say what I wanted to say as plan B. And I kid you guys not. It was this morning. Was it this morning?
This morning.
Or yesterday. I was asking, Chairman, what are you going to say, sir? He said, let me just, I didn't prepare very well. Let me just get. Sir, you over prepared. Yes. You came with bazooka to a pillow fight. Okay, so all that they've said, he started with telling us about money, told us about how to do business, the things you need to do. Powerful. Okay? Now, I'm going to take a route to balance some of these things. Are we together? So there's a guy, listen to this. There's a guy, his name is Harry Houdini. It is a real story. It happened. This guy's name is Harry Houdini. He's one of the greatest magicians that ever lived. Harry Houdini bragged and said, lock me in any cell, any prison cell, and I will unlock it and come out in 1 hour time. Any prison cell. So he kept bragging, and he bragged and bragged until one prison warden in an old prison somewhere heard it, and he said he was going to take him up on the challenge. He fixed the date and they fixed the cell that everything was going to happen. People gathered outside the prison just to see how Harry Houdini will carry out the death. So Harry Houdini came to the front of the prison. He was wearing a coat, just like mine, with a shirt and a belt, just like myself. And he was ushered into the prison. So as Harry Houdini entered the cell, the warden closed the door and he left. Harry Houdini now swung into action. He pulled out his coat and dropped it. Then he pulled out his belt. He now had a metal that was so strong, but you could bend it. He pulled it out. And then Harry Houdini went into action. And then Harry Houdini started trying to unlock the door. 30 minutes into the time, Harry Houdini was still trying to unlock the door. 45 minutes, Harry Houdini started sweating. It was 1 hour. Harry Houdini was still trying to unlock the door. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Harry Houdini was still trying to unlock the door. 2 hours. Harry Houdini was already tired. So he gave up. So in despair and regrets, wallowing in his defeat, he now leaned on the door. And the door swung open. All the while, Harry Houdini was trying to unlock the door that was never locked. The door was just shut. It was just closed. So the door was never locked. But in the real sense, the door was locked in his mind. If it is locked in your mind, it is locked in your physical.
Yes. Yeah.
See, bulk of what everybody is saying here, we're not speaking to your physical self, we're speaking to your mind. And if your mind is able to accept it, and then we move, we journey from the point that we are right now to the point, to the destination, projecting, propelling yourself to the point that you are seeing in your mind, then we can say that we have done a very good job. Okay? That is what has been happening to all of us. We came into this life, what everybody is in this life to do is one thing. We're in a contest in life. What happens in the contest? You either win or what? Or what?
Lose.
I'm not hearing you.
Lose.
Okay, there's another thing.
There's no draw.
There is draw. You can play draw. 2-2. This guy, you carry 2, school carry 2. You play 1-1 or 0-0. So it's possible for you to come through life, not win and not lose. Or you come into life, see, we were programmed to make sure that we don't lose.
Yes.
But let me tell you, anybody that is playing not to lose is not playing to win. So we're supposed to win in life, but you are playing not to lose. Nobody wins a contest by playing defense only. It's only footballers that got this. If you are only playing defense, you're not going to win. Let me tell you what happens. The moment you were born, the indoctrination that we got is the indoctrination so that we will not lose. Our parents wanted us to win. Our parents never wanted us to lose. But they didn't really prepare us to win. Right? So we are just avoiding defeat. This guy, he said escapism. That thing about escapism. What's the word? Something escapism. Addictive escapism. So we're addicted to escaping things. So we were built, human beings, animals, naturally are born to survive, are programmed to survive. So our programming is survival. Survival is not winning. Do we understand? Our programming is survival, and survival is not winning.
Yes, sir.
I told the story to some of my students. I said, okay, I really don't watch football like that. I watch highlights. I like it. It's shorter time. You get everything that happens, you move on with your life. And then when they stop, you know what to say. You get that kind of stuff. So, last Premier League, who won? Man City, fantastic. Who was the second? Arsenal, fantastic. Let me tell you, they asked this guy, this Spanish guy, his name is Rodri. I watched the interview. They asked him, did you always know that you were going to win this league? He said they knew they were going to win, but they suspected that they may not win at some point because of what Arsenal was playing. Then, way into the line, Arsenal came to Etihad. Etihad is Man City's home. They came to play them. Who remembers the score? 0-0. Listen, Rodri said, that was the day they knew that they were going to win the league. Do you know what he said? He said they discovered Arsenal was playing to draw the match. They made sure they didn't lose. But he saw them playing to draw. He said that is not a winner's mentality. That's when they knew. Did they win?
No.
Did they win the league?
No.
But Man City won. That's when they knew. It's simple. Do you get my point? So there are a lot of things I want you to start questioning today. I told you earlier, a Homo sapien is somebody that assesses situation and people and converts it to his own advantage. Now, let me tell you something again. There's a story of somebody very famous. The person's name is Samson. You know Samson? You know now. You know.
Which one?
Samson. So, Samson was recorded to be the strongest man that ever lived. Right? Samson, at some point, had to fight so many soldiers. Maybe in thousands or 1,000, but it's not less than 1,000. As at that time, the most effective way to fight was with a sword, bow and arrow, shield, helmet, right?
Yes.
So, as at that time, what Samson had was the jawbone of a donkey. I don't want to use King James. Of a donkey. How many soldiers did he kill? 1,000. One day, as a team, Growth Accelerator team, we're going to talk about the soldiers. Because something must be wrong with them. Or something must be very right with them. That's another day. Let's talk about Samson. So when he used the jawbone, he killed 1,000. First of all, he killed 100, 200. They were still waiting. That's their problem. So they died. I believe that after that there will have been blood on the, when it happens, what's the next thing you do today? What you will do now is you will open online class. How to kill 1,000 soldiers with Jobo. Or you take it to the museum, or you hang it to your room, or you pass it down to your child and tell your child, if you want to kill 1,000 soldiers, use this. But in the story, what happened? After he finished, he threw it away. But it was effective. Oh. So why did he throw it away? Even at that time, it was not the most effective. He just used what was available and he made it effective. So let me ask you a question. Why are you doing what your grandfather did? Even though it was not effective for him. Times have changed. It is even useless now, but you are sticking to it. So I'm qualified to tell you are not a Homo sapien. You remember our definition? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Have you followed me to this point?
Yes.
So we need to ask ourselves. So I said you are either winning, you are losing, or you are playing draw. See, we are mostly in survival mode. Options we didn't know about. There's something he said about unknown truths. Have you?
Yeah.
This guy spoke about unconscious incompetence. You don't know that you don't know. So many things are true. Now let me tell you, give this scenario. You went to write an exams. Have you ever seen this? Have you seen this anywhere? We went to write exams. For example, myself and Johnson went to write an exams. On the front page, there are 5 questions. All of them OBJ. Abi? All of them what? Oh, you know OBJ now? 1 to 5. So at the last part, number 5 has question 5, option A, option B, option C. Have you followed me? So when you came to write the exam, you go to number 5, and then you say, there are only 3 options. So you now pick between A, B. Then we met outside the exam. And then I told Johnson, I said, Johnson, number 5, every option is 1 to A to E. But this one, number 5, has A to C. Johnson now told me, didn't you turn the back of the paper? At the back of the paper, there was option D, E, F, C, N, G. There was H, I, J, 10. Let me tell you, from today, know that the options you were presented when you were born is not the only option. I like jobs. Go get a job. Do whatever you want to do. Do business. However, he has told you there are businesses that will fail at the beginning. I don't believe everybody is born to be an entrepreneur. But I believe everybody can do business. Do we understand? Yes. So he spoke about money. Money is not everything. There's something he said. He said importance of money. I think I removed it from here. See, anything you don't think is important, you're not going to have it. If you think a shirt is not important, you won't buy it. If you think a house is not important, you will not go and rent one. So if you think money is also not important, you won't have it. It's simple. Okay? So we have played the victim mentality for so long. They've said so many things, that's why I'm just jumping. You've played the victim mentality for so long. There is no successful victim. Sir, doctor is an epitome of this thing. Ready, fire, aim. That's how he started most of his businesses. I can tell you today. I keep blaming him. I told him that in the university, when he gave me that 2 million naira to deposit, he didn't tell me the truth. I was busy struggling to carry first class. Yes. You know, they know. They read. Read. I stopped. This guy found the hack in university. He hacked it. Hey, he has. You hacked it since. Let me tell you what we are doing. A lot of us have entered. Forgive me. Poverty has made us enter into unending preparation. Yeah. You are always preparing. That's what he said. I'm expecting something. I expect something. You are always, something is coming. I'm expecting something huge. Yeah, very soon. Now listen, what you did, I remember clearly the lounge we sat that day, the drink we ordered, we were talking. What this guy does is he gets ready, then he fires, then you start aiming. That's the problem. We're too scared.
Yeah.
We think that the options that you were given, see, let me tell you today here, the only thing most people, the only thing is, without going to school, get a job. Or you do a business. Abi? You just do a conventional business. Just two ways. I said this in one of my classes. I said, 1985, if somebody told you that you could see a person real time, you won't believe. The only place you saw it was inside Calabash in a shrine. When they call the person's name, you appear inside the water. But today you can use your phone and FaceTime somebody in America and you are seeing him right now. Times are changing. 10 years ago, 10 years is not too far. Yeah, 10 years. Yes, 10 years ago, we didn't have people that will come out and tell you that I am a content creator. Was content creator a thing? It wasn't a thing. So what's your problem? Why are you still sticking to the only options that you were given? It's going to get to a point that we have to argue with our parents sometimes. If it is a proven law now that parents are not the best financial advisors. It's my two problems with a goal. If I don't achieve it, I feel bad. When I achieve it, what next? So now let's properly set goals. You've written things in your notes. I want you to promise me. I can decide not to show you, but I want you to promise me that you're going to implement this thing. I need you to go home with something. Please. Don't do what we've written so many things inside so many. We never go back. Right? You are going to implement this thing. Are we together? Are you going to? Fantastic. So we are setting goals. So there are two different types of goals. Let me tell you. Two different types. Let's pick somebody's goal. Somebody's goal. See, the goal you set is largely dependent on the scope of things you are exposed to. Let me say it again. The goal you set is largely dependent on the scope you are exposed to. Let me tell you, in my village, the prominent houses are round huts. You know round huts with thatched roof, right?
Yeah.
Every child in that village, his goal is to build his own hut. Maybe his own now will have 3 inside or 4. Do you understand my point? But a boy born in Yola does not have the goal of building that. He has a different goal. He's going to build a house also, but the kind of house is different. Before I came, my mentor called me for us to look at a house. So when we got to the house, he's trying to build some things. He now told me that, he said, the moment I saw this house, it was you I imagined in the house. And we looked at the house, we walked, we checked, and we laughed. And then we said, he told me to claim the house in my mind, that nobody will buy it until I come to buy it. Do you understand? That one is another level. No one. Sir, the house is 160 million naira. Sir, the boy in my village can never, he doesn't even know it exists. The reason why you climb staircase and you complain that this car is too high is because you know that there's an elevator. A child that does not know about an elevator will never complain about it. You never complain about the staircase. So the reason why you're not even uncomfortable with where you are is because of the little thing you're exposed to here. Can you see different things? So now, let's pick a goal. Let's pick somebody. Johnson, I'm going to use. He has been my guy since. Just give us one goal you want to achieve. One. Just one. Not all. One. It can be one sentence. One. You don't have to stand up. Just tell me. You're a thinker. Should I go to another person? Gone. I will deal with him. One. Just one. Fantastic. Now, let's assume everything is right. You release the 5 songs. So what? So when you release the 5 songs, so that what will happen? Do you get my point? There's something. Okay, you release the 5 songs. Let me just off the top of my head. It's going to stream. It's going to bless people. Okay, you're going to make some money from it, right? After you make some money from these songs, so what? Okay, then it's going to go and bless people's lives. Yada yada yada. So what? Somebody sitting here and say, when I just buy Rolls Royce like this, so what? Okay, some of you are thinking, okay, I want to do my master's and do a PhD and become like doctor. After you become like doctor, so what? What is going to happen after that? Are we? This thing is burning, it's paining me. Oh. Forget I'm smiling. So what? All of you, I'll give you 10 seconds. Think of that goal that you want to achieve. When you achieve it, so there's always a next stage to goals, Abi?
Yes.
So you want to go back, and I've told people, by the way, if it's money you want to make extra, it's not a master's. If that master's was giving you a lot of money, you will not go back and meet your lecturers. Because they must have made a lot of money from teaching. They know it now. So from doing, they don't have money enough. They don't have time enough to come. Go back.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I don't want to digress. Before you say I'm always attacking school. Did school. Are you planning to do one master's? I'm telling you now, I'm planning to do one master's. And it's not cheap. It's going to cost me maybe 10 million or so. But I'm not going there to get money. I'm going there to increase my impact. Do you understand my point? So, there's somebody here now, his goal is to buy a house. Like the house that I showed you, like I saw.
Yes.
Yes, somebody said yes. So you want to buy a house. After you buy the house, so what? Now, a lot of us have been, so many people here, the goal is to get a very good paying job. Abi? A very good. Imagine you are called down today, you are working in Shell. Shell. You can't tell me it's not a good goal. You are pretender. It's a very good goal. So, but then, after you get the job in Shell, so what? In fact, if you forget anything I said today, don't forget so what? It's misconstrued. We now think that there is something called a means goal and there's something called an end goal. What? It means what? And what? Majority of the people I've met, sir, all their goals are means goals.
Yeah.
Are means goals important? Of course. But an end goal is important. Right? There is an end goal. There should be an end goal. The reason why you are getting that job should be bigger than getting the job. Means goal and what? End goal. So, let me tell you, let me not even lie to you. Since you were born, everything they told you is means goal. Your pastor told you means goal. Your parents told you. Your elder brothers, your uncle, your lecturers told you means goal. Everything. The only thing that probably your pastor or your imam told you was that when you die, you will go to heaven. At least that one is like an end goal, Abi. When you get to heaven, so what? Abi, yes, that's on the light switch. When you get to heaven, you are good. But you didn't come to earth to go to heaven. If your destination was supposed to be heaven, they'll just create you and live in heaven. Abi, that's why I don't want to be a pastor, because they limit what I'm saying. Now, so let's talk about the different goals.
Like when I go to Lagos,
Yes.
I buy that car so that
Yes.
I can come back to you.
Exactly. So you went to Lagos. You bought. There is a so that I can come back to you. I want to buy a house so that I can live inside. So that I can stop paying rent. Okay, after you have stopped paying rent, so what? There's always a what next. The moment you leave that realm, you will have a purpose to do the business that he's telling you. When you get here, you have a reason to know about money that he said. When you get there, you have a purpose of growing. By the way, a lot of us have been growing in the wrong direction. You have to come back and retrace your steps. Okay? Now, then the next thing is often about meeting or conforming to social constructs of relative truths. See, let me tell you what it is. Most of the time, means goals are about conformity. And my mentor taught me, he said conformity is the, what do you say? Conformity is the reason for poverty. Yes, conformity is the reason for poverty. He keeps saying it. Let me tell you what social constructs or relative truths are. Oh God. I'll be attacked, but I'm fine. Relative truths. Ladies don't wear trousers. It's bad for ladies to wear trousers. Do you understand? Have you heard this thing before? Have you heard it?
Yes.
Is it an absolute truth or relative truth? Because it is very not okay to put on trousers. Where we grew up, I grew up in this Yola. I was born in Jimeta. Then it was called Jimeta Clinic, that specialist. I was born here. So I knew that. But we discovered that it was very okay, even for very good religious people in other countries, to put on trousers. Do you understand? So it means it is it is an agreed upon truth. We have agreed that anybody that barb his hair like this and like this is a bad boy. Social constructs. We have agreed that anybody that refuses to go to university after secondary school is a bad child.
Very bad boy.
Very bad boy. It means
He has no future.
he has no future. Social construct. Let me tell you something. There are some things that if I had known, I wouldn't have either I wouldn't have gone to the university, or I wouldn't have studied the course I studied, or I would study the course I studied, but I will graduate with third class. I've told you this thing before, but if I'm going back to my school, this guy knows me first semester, sir. Jambito. I'll put my poster. Welcome back on campus. Everybody must know me. The social capital I will leave university. That's the easiest place to do social capital.
Yes. Yeah.
I became popular in school because I was the music director of Choosing Treasure. From choir, and I was along the go. I've become SUG president. I'm telling you, people are joking. As I enter Welcome Back on campus, I'm planning to become the president of the school by 300 level. I will strategically build alliance and do it. I'll be the first SUG president from science department.
Yeah.
Yawuchi. When I went for NYSC, I would have collected the number of everybody in my camp. But when I was leaving, my the vice president of my platoon, she didn't know me. Because the day we were going to leave, the next day, that's what they do carnival, abi?
Yeah.
That carnival day, I went to help them to arrange the place. She asked me, which platoon? I can bet you, maybe only 3 or 4 people knew me in my platoon. And I always come out for that morning thing. The only thing I avoided was that matching. I invaded it. But after that, I found myself in this kind of thing. I found myself here. If I had known, my impact would have been bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Social constructs. Why? Let me tell you why. When I was leaving home, I hope my mother doesn't see this video. When I was leaving home, she told me that Kaga Makaranta Zakari, serve God, read your books. I'm not sending you for politics. As if she knew. I had never thought of it. I had never. But somehow she planted it. So if you notice the way I was doing my banners, when we go for Central ESCO meeting in FCS, I am always the one that is bringing peace. I don't. Rikichi is needed. So the first time I saw Rikichi in my real life, I was knocked down. I had to start again. I had to build tough skin. I would have done it since. That's by the way. I digress. Social constructs, relative. It's not true. It's not true. Some of these things are. Let me tell you absolute truth. Absolute truth is this: you are a man. You are a man. That one. If they like, they should say whether you are a man. You are a man. It's a woman. Is a woman. This is a rock. Is a rock. Whether it's in Abuja, US, Yola, a rock is a rock. Absolute truth. Let's identify end goals. End goals is about following your heart. See, let me correct something clearly first. There's something he said. He said, when you like doing it, when you enjoy doing it, you do it every day. Abi, let me tell you, some of the things you enjoy doing is not profitable. Stop it. That thing they say, follow your heart, follow your heart. If your hobby, see, if what you love doing is not bringing you, is not helping you move from survival to thriving, convert that thing to hobby and learn what can help you. Do you understand? Follow your heart. Plant it in your heart. Plant that thing. My mentor taught me something. He said, we need to learn to do the things that we have to do in order to do the things that we want to do. Learn to do the things that you have to do. So that when I say follow your heart, you will not come and tell me that I have passion for selling bedsheet. There is a way to sell bedsheet better. I beg, how many bedsheet do you want to sell on your status? Looking at it money-wise, what type of house do you want to buy? Whatever, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. It's not much. It's not buying a big house. So, all these problems like encompassed in 30 million naira. So I now ask you, how much is barbing one hair? How many do you barb in a day? What would you raise 30 million with barbing hair?
You caught someone.
So, you will bow. Chairman, you'll be tired. Oh. Nobody should lie to you. You'll be tired. But you will not feel drained. Let me do sharp. End goals are often feelings. They have happiness baked in the process. End goals are often feelings. I kid you not. Everybody that wants to make money, he wants to make money to get a certain feeling. You want to do what you want to do. Let me tell you, this guy, he understands his calling. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to make music. And the music is going to do this. He's going to bless lives. He's going to do that. So that at the end of the day, ultimately, he's going to feel a certain
satisfaction.
That's the thing. The end goal is a feeling. The end goal is not that thing that you have converted to an end goal. So, we're going to do an exercise. So, identify a goal, right? I did something similar like that. Identify a goal. I need you to do this. Like, I need you to do this. Snap it, write it. Go back and do it. Right? This is a process of how I was able to stop, running away from certain goals and doing the things that I ought to do. Right? This same process. Identify a goal. Then answer question 2 and 3 exhaustively until you have no more answers. Do you understand? So when you identify the goal, you have to answer the next question and the other question. You answer number 2 to the end. Like, answer it, don't rush. Answer it until there are no more answers to give. Then go to the next question. Are we together? Number 2, when I achieve this goal, I will be able to. So now, let's use, he's the one that gave us his goal, right? He gave us his goal. He said he wants to release 5 songs. When you achieve the 5 songs, I will be able to write them down. So you know, right? I'll be able to, I don't know. I'll be able to do this. When I build the house, I'll be able to enter the house. Oh, that's almost it. Because some of us want to build a house so that you can enter, stop paying rent, then you can marry, then you can give birth to children. You pay school fees for 18 years. They marry. That's all. Do whatever. When I do this, everything that I wanted to do in number 2, I will feel. Do you understand my point? Have we gotten number 3 here? Number 4. Identify the true underlying objective of your goal based on your answers to 2 and 3. When you write what the goal is going to help you achieve and how you will feel with what you have achieved, you will know the true reason why that thing is a goal for you. Right? Are we good? Are we good? I'm losing you, Lulu. Am I losing you?
No.
Fantastic. Then, number 5, compare the objectives with the original goal and then ask. Compare the objectives with the original goal. Then you now ask yourself, is the original the only way or the best way to achieve these objectives? Let me go back to my story. My story of Samson, the strong guy. Samson did it, but was that the effective way to do it? Was that the most effective way? Probably not. Or not. It was not probably. It was not. So, some of you will really want, because most of the time the topic is about money, right? So you want to make money. And then you choose that. I don't want to attack people's businesses because people can do it on a large scale, right? So don't worry, your business can be on a larger scale. By the way, whatever you are doing, right? Wherever you're working, if you don't get into the business of that thing, you will be there for a very long time. I don't care what it is. I don't care. I don't want to be a programmer. I don't want to sit down and code. So I prefer to do the business of coding. Do you understand my point? So that before I attack what I want to attack, go into the business of whatever you are doing. Let me give you an instance. Videographer. So what you do this. Let me tell you. You know this thing. Do you have another job aside from what you are doing? Like a 9 to 5?
No.
Okay. Let's assume he has a 9 to 5 in the bank. And then what else? You have another skill? Do you have another skill?
Yeah.
What?
I trade.
What?
I trade.
You trade?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you trade. See, now it is going to look like you have 3 streams of income. Abi? You have your salary, you have this, and then you have what again? You trade. So you have 3 streams of income. Sir, you have 1 stream of income. 1. The day you are not around, all these 3 you mentioned will not give you money. But you can enter into the business of trading and also enter into the business of this thing you are doing, where it can run even when you are not around. Before you know, you are the sole supplier of Canon cameras all through the Northeast, whatever. You are doing their jobs to do, you are not going there. I attended a meeting 2019, George Okoro, yes. Do you know George Okoro? Photographers will know him. George Okoro said that he has made up his mind that in 2020, he's going to attend only 10 weddings. Only. He is a photographer. He said he cannot do more than 10 weddings. His company is going to take more than 10, but he will only appear in 10 weddings. And that time, his charge was 1 million naira. So in 1 year, he's doing 10. And he's going to make hundreds of millions. That's it. That guy is into the business of what you are doing. Do you get my point? How did I get to this point? Yes. So you want to get to a destination. Is this the most effective way? Let's tell ourselves the truth. I remember this guy. Is it public administration? This guy. The one that you do one guy. Is it Bolumba or something? What? Patch. Yes. See. Okay. So they told you want to do this, do this. There's something he said powerful. You want to go to the you now graduated, but they now say, you now discover that you really need to make some money. You do the yada, and then they say go back and do masters. Sir, if I have money for masters, I rather pay somebody that has succeeded and do internship. Why is it that we're even downplaying this Igbo system of internship thing? It is more effective than school. I kid you not. So you now look for the effective way to do it. If you don't know the most effective way, ask people. Ask mentors. Ask people that have gone ahead of you. Is this the most effective way? I have discovered my real objective for setting this goal. Now that I've discovered the objective, is this the best way to get to that point? You like sewing clothes? How many How many buba will you sow to fund an orphanage? How many? But you can get into the business of the buba. Do you get my point? I'm not downplaying any business. Is this the original? Is the original goal enough to get to that point that I want to get? Is the goal enough? Like some of us, truly, but it's not. It's a means goal. So that goal you want to set, that goal, you have discovered the real essence. This is the reason why I want to achieve this thing. But this goal, is it enough? So if you discover that this month, this year, I want to make 10 million, is 10 million enough? Is that goal enough? Can you make it bigger? Can you change it? I'm beginning to lose you people, but it's no problem. No problem. I will stay with the people that stay. Let me go to the next thing. Can I achieve them in a more effective way? Just ask yourself these questions. Can I achieve them in the more? He wants to release songs. What's the most effective way to get this thing out? What is it? What is it? Just ask yourself these questions. Is this the most effective way? Is it enough? So this way that I've chosen, this goal, is it enough to get the impact that I want to get out? Now, I categorize everything, the goal that you want to get in three experiences. Three experiences, growth, and skill. Right. So let me just show you. Number one, what experiences do you want to have in this lifetime? Please, I want everybody here will not have that experience. Do you get my point? Did you follow me?
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to be too abstract. Then how do you want to contribute? Ultimately, I heard this, was it Otedola that said it? He said the greatest thing he has done that gave him the greatest joy in this life was when his friend invited him to go and see crippled people and he bought wheelchairs for them. He said the feeling he had never had it from anything he had ever bought in his life. So last, all of us want to contribute. I can bet you, many of you want to become billionaires today, not because of yourself, but maybe children, family, just something contribute back to the society. This thing he's doing here, coming here to do, he's just contributing. Last, in this life, this is it. It's what you want to have, how you will grow, and how do you contribute. Now, so let's go. Question 1. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Yes. Question 1. Did you see that? Can we read it together? 1 to go.
If time and money were no object and I did not have to seek anyone's appreciation, what kind of experience would my soul bring?
If you didn't have to seek permission, if there is time and there is money, what do you want to experience? If all these things, what will your soul crave? So what's your definition of soft life?
Definition.
So what is your definition of soft life? If time and time, I just think I'm now.
Equality.
Do you know?
Equity.
Exactly. What's your definition of soft life? It means we're talking about the now. This thing. What will your soul crave in 4 areas? In 4 areas. Number 1, in your love relationship. Let's not do like we don't know this thing. We know it. Love can be anywhere. Marriage, whatever. In your friendships. In your adventures. In your environment. Do you understand this question now? Have you written it down? If there was you don't need permission, if you don't need money, if you have the time, what type of experiences do you want to have? See, I can bet you may not finish doing this thing in 1 week. Writing it down, but what do you want to experience in these 4 segments? Are we done with question 1?
Yes.
Question 2. In order to have these experiences, how do I have to grow? What sort of man or woman do I need to evolve into? The version of yourself cannot experience that thing. In fact, it's the reason why you've not experienced it is because you have not grown into that person. So you want to get married and then you want to be going on vacation with your wife to Maldives, to Santorini, to Zanzibar, twice or thrice in a year. Today, this version of yourself cannot do it. This version of yourself does not even have passport. Abi? So I need to grow. So in what areas? Your spiritual life. I learned this thing, and where I learned it from, spiritual life was the last. I'm telling you, your spiritual life is your growth. I'm not talking about your religion, I'm talking about your spiritual. Do you understand my point? So if you like, don't take it serious. But truly, the physical world we are living in is an interpretation of what is happening in the unseen. Abi, your health and fitness. Be eating anything. Your intellectual life and your skill. You see, this is everything. Spirituality, your physical. This is your mind. It's like spirit, soul, and body. Do we understand? You have to grow in all these areas. Write them down. In your spiritual life, how do I need to grow? What point do I need to get?
Everyone, thank you so much for this opportunity, sir.